Hello, everybody. Today, we are here to complain. Because everyone loves to do that, it is very entertaining. And we are going to be talking about a problem that I'm happy more people are starting to bring up. Even though I do think it's a little bit too late, it's better that we're doing it now than never. And that is actually owning the digital games that you buy. I think we all know that we are moving to a all-digital future when it comes to the land of gaming. Mainly because this is something that a lot of publishers want to do, because it's just way more cheaper to release your games digitally than to actually do it physically. And that is something that is really bad, especially when it comes to ownership. I think something that a lot of people can agree with is that if you buy something on a digital store, you should be able to own it forever. It shouldn't matter if it's 10 or 20 years in the future. If you still have that account, you should be able to play any game that you buy. But unfortunately, that is not true. There are so much examples, and this is something that's just keep on getting worse, of just these stores taking away stuff out of people's library. And that is something that is absolutely disgusting, and currently right now, it is happening again with Ubisoft. Now, this is something that's not really that surprising, because this is the same company where one of the executives proudly said that gamers should get used to not owning their games, which is just absolutely insane that they said that with a smile on their face, thinking that people were actually going to be happy to hear that. Plot twist, they weren't, but that is something that they truly believe, because The Crew, a Ubisoft game that ended up coming out, is a game that you can't play anymore, and they're actually taking it out of your library. Yes, this is something that they're doing. Now, this isn't the first time I decided to talk about this topic. This is something that I bring up like a couple months ago, where Ubisoft ended up announcing that they are basically shutting the online servers for this game. Now, this is something extremely bad, because this is a game that is always online. So with the servers being shut down, you basically can't play it anymore. And that is something really dumb, because The Crew, a game that I played before, doesn't need to be always online. They could easily make a single player update. They're just choosing not to. If you own this game, spend real life money to go and get it. You do not own it anymore, and they are not given any refunds. So they basically just took it from you. I think this situation is just everything wrong with the all-digital future that we are moving to, and just modern gaming in general. One, this game is always online, and it doesn't need to be. And this is something that just keeps on happening. There's so much brand new releases where it will come out, and it's just mandatory to be online. And it could easily just release as a single-player game, and that is something that's very dumb, because you're automatically putting a timer to your game. Eventually, there's going to be a point where the servers are going to shut down, and if there's no big core community to make their own private servers or to archive the game, it's basically just going to be lost to time. And two, this also just proves a point that people just keep on saying, you don't really own your digital games. Ubisoft has basically just shown that if they don't want to sell a game anymore, they can just take it away. At least when something like this happens on Steam or the Xbox store, at least you can still play the games. Yeah, you might not be able to buy it anymore, but if you have the game originally installed on your Steam account, you can still go and download the game, and as long as you have the account, you can own it forever. And I think it's the same thing for Xbox. But Ubisoft just proved if they don't want to sell a game anymore, you can't even play it, which is wild. I feel like something like that should be illegal. Like, you should not be allowed to do something like that, and if you buy something digitally, it should be yours forever. Unfortunately, this is something that's becoming more and more common, and to be honest, I don't really know how to stop something like this. I feel like the direction that Ubisoft and a lot of AAA game studios and publishers want to move to is subscriptions. They basically want to have something like an Xbox Game Pass, where instead of you buying a game and actually owning it, you pay monthly so you can go and get as much slop as you want, and you don't own anything. Anyways, the only way to stop decisions like that is to hit these companies where it hurts, and that is their profit. That's the only thing they care about. So please just don't buy anything that Ubisoft makes, which is something that's literally not really that hard. Ubisoft only makes garbage at this point, so it's pretty easy to avoid Ubisoft games. But I feel like that's truly the only thing you can do, even though you know for a fact that's not going to make a difference because people are still going to buy games from them and they're still just going to eat up the slop. It's just a very sad situation, and this is just terrible. Anyway, that's it. This is just something that I want to yap about. My name is Lua. You have a good day or night. See ya.